welcome to yet another edition of Expert Talks here on Kalkine TV. I'm the host Sage for today's interview with Jenny Folley, the founder and owner as well as director at Atworkspaces. So for some background, Atworkspaces provides a full turnkey solution for companies looking for the perfect office, offering a choice of serviced offices, co-working spaces as well as managed office space. There's a perfect solution for almost every business. So here to tell us more is founder, owner and director at Atworkspaces, Jenny Folley. Welcome to the show, Jenny.
Hi, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yes, it's an absolute pleasure to always find out more about new innovative businesses. So we're glad to have you with us. The concept of hybrid workspaces, we can't hide from it these days. It's gained a lot of traction.
Yes. Look, hybrid workspaces is very popular, but you know there are pros and cons. There are pros and cons for both the hybrid workspaces. For organisations that embrace the hybrid workplaces, they're obviously seeking to encourage a stronger work-life balance for their employees, giving them the opportunity to choose the hours and the days they wish to work from home, and the days they wish to go into the office. It also helps ease anxiety that employees may have. They're nervous about going back to the workplace for several reasons, or nervous about commuting on public transport. A hybrid workplace is also more economical for most organisations, I think they're finding, because they have less reliance on large-scale offices. Organisations can save thousands of dollars annually in real estate. They don't need to occupy so much space anymore, they're finding, because not all the employees are coming in each day. So the cost saving of reducing this real estate is enormous, and also with that comes the cost saving of maintaining the space. So it is great. For the organisations offering the combination of being able to work remotely or going into the office, they now have these organisations now have a larger pool of talent to work with, as they're no longer confined to hiring employees in specific geographical locations. So it's a huge benefit because people can be working from anywhere these days. And additionally, a hybrid workplace can help build a resilient culture by preparing for future disasters or lockdowns, as employees are now already working from home and can easily adapt back to a fully working environment if necessary. So also they're not exposed to the spread of viruses, and they can choose to work from home if they're feeling unwell, other than having to struggle into the office. But that there are negative sides to hybrid workplace, and the negative is, not all of us have the luxury of quality internet access at home, or have a home where we can designate a space to work from, or a distraction-free environment. You could be working with children at home, toddlers, barking dogs, noisy neighbours, that sort of thing. And obviously not everyone can work remotely. Some of us need to work with others and be in a, we were all raised studying at school and universities, and you're used to learning in a team environment, and suddenly you're now left working at home, and that's difficult. There are also people like frontline workers, factory workers, law enforcement, those employed by hospitals. They obviously can't work remotely. There's also concern that employees seen in the office will be viewed as providing a greater output compared to those who are working from home. Remote employees can feel passed up by for opportunities because they are less visible in the workplace than those so if an employee is not able to attend an in-person meeting, even though they come in remotely via Zoom or whatever, there is the potential to miss out on a conversation that's had, when they get off, miss out on banter. And it's much easier to to speak to someone face to face than it is remotely, like we are. So, in other words, the physical office should not hold more power than the working remotely, and it's bound to if it's not properly executed.
Okay, thank you so much for filling us in there on what you do. It sounds very interesting. And with the digital nomad craze taking off, remote working certainly does have a bit of a fascination to it. I wonder if I could make it work. But the shared resources of photocopiers and expensive equipment like that would be so beneficial at a co-working space.
Absolutely, in the workplace. But I think, workers have a choice of either working from home and if they need the equipment, they can go into the office, drop in. For me, I find it difficult to work from home. I need to be around people, but not everyone's like me. Some people love, I've come across people who love being at home and working from there. They feel they're far more productive. They spend time not having to commute to the office or think of what to wear each day. So those are the benefits. They just get onto the computer, they, choose the hours they want to work, which is great. And when they need to be with people, they drop into the office. So, it's having the best of both worlds, which is great.
So you talked about sometimes it limits the ability to spark up those important conversations with perhaps managers and people of importance who can help career progression when you're a remote worker. How do you think you can get around that and still gain the best of both worlds? Is there any way?
To get the best of both worlds?
To work remotely, but yet still get that face-to-face time with the people of importance around the workplace.
Look, I think for those who work remotely, it depends what you're doing. There's some businesses where you just cannot work remotely. In our business, for instance, we can't work remotely. Our staff need to be in the office. We're customer service based, so we have to be there. But there are people that can work from home. They're working on projects and they need to, I have a niece who works as a lawyer for a bank and she needs to focus. She needs to be at home and focus without any distractions. So that's perfect for her. But how do you manage that? I don't know. I watch her. She does so many hours. She puts in that many hours into her work, and I wonder if people realize how much she does work from home compared to she's in the office. That we do waste a lot of time when we're in the office, chatting and talking and being distracted. How you manage that, it's difficult. I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Though you've really covered a lot of the questions in just that single answer, so that's fantastic. But lastly, before you go, we'd love to gain some insight on what the most significant milestones achieved in 2021 were for your organisation and what you're planning for the future.
Well, for me, I've been doing this for 37 years and I've watched the industry change. When I started in 1985, of course, we didn't have internet, we didn't have social media, we didn't have computers were just new. We were still on typewriters. So I've watched the industry, or my industry, evolve over 37 years. For me, the milestone in 21, especially having gone through COVID and having been forced to work from home like everyone else, I had a light bulb moment. What we have co-working spaces we've always provided in the cities and in the suburbs. But as I watched people retrieve more to regional areas where you don't have offices, and I had the light bulb moment, and I thought, why don't we take what we do right out into the regional areas around Australia and provide, people to little office hubs that they can work from and collaborate. I believe in what we do. I believe not everyone can work from home. I've seen that myself. The clients that occupy space with us, they take our offices because they find it difficult to work from home, especially during lockdown. I found our suburban locations thrived enormously because a lot of our clients found it very, very difficult to work from home. So they would walk their 5 kilometers to the office to work, to get away. And that's when I had the light bulb moment. I thought, moving forward, this is exactly what I'm going to do, is have these little office hubs, but in regional areas. Something that's more into the future, sustainable, eco-friendly, pet-friendly, child-friendly, and a home away from home where you could come in, there's fresh air, it's in a garden setting, you can meet and collaborate with like-minded people, other professionals. So for me, that's what the future is. That's what I'd like to do, and I think there's something for it.
Thank you so much for sharing your insights with us, Jenny. We really do appreciate your time, and thanks for being available for the show.
Thanks very much.
And if you just joined us, we had a very interesting discussion there with the owner and founder of Atworkspaces, Jenny Folley. Please watch the full interview at Kalkine Media's YouTube channel and keep watching for more of these live expert talks and economic updates till the next episode. Stay apprised and invest wise with Kalkine Media.